Aquarius, hello there, my beautiful friends. We're going to do your general tarot reading for late November 2025. Thank you so much for joining me today. You know, I appreciate each and every single one of you. So let's get right down to business, as always, and start you off with an oracle card here, just so we could dip our toes into energy and see what's happening for the lovely Aquarius collective. Hope you're all doing fabulous and fantastic, my friends. Let's get it going here. My guide, spirit team, talk to me. What do we got for these beautiful Aquarians out there? What energies, messages, insights can we take a little peek at? And yeah, we're just going to take a real quick look at this first card. Then we'll get into the full reading itself. And at the very end, I'll pull you a bonus card from the Shadowland Tarot just to see what might be in the shadows or what shadow work you can lean into, which is always interesting. But let's get it going here. Let's rock and see what we got for Aquarius in late November. Please, what's the vibe? What's the energy? And we are getting somewhat close to your birthday season, my friends. I hope you're making plans. So we do have the Helping Hands card, which is one of my favorites in this whole entire deck. It does have multiple layers of meaning, but I just love it. The energy that emanates off of this card is absolutely beautiful to me. Tons of spiritual protection. The energy feels at ease, if that makes sense. Now, before we fully dive into that, if you're new here, I'll be speaking about the November subscriber surprise towards the end, so you might want to check that out. And also, if you could kindly illuminate that like button by tapping it right on its third eye, you know, I'd greatly appreciate it. And while you're down there, why don't you hit that new hype button? It has a little star by it. I'm not sure what it does, but that would definitely brighten my day. All right, enough of the promo. Back into the reading. I promise that's it. The Helping Hands card, as I mentioned, it's my favorite. And we see there's this lady, it looks like she's having a little nap, having a snooze, surrounded by these hands. Now, and notice there's also a sphere or an orb around her. That to me is guides, spirit team, ancestors protecting you. I feel like that is absolutely beautiful. Now, I do believe that we all have spiritual protection to some extent. Sometimes it's heightened. This tells me you're not alone and you're being looked after, you're being watched over, even if you're going through a difficult time, which is really beautiful. Now, I do like to call it the helping hand. So whether it's help that we're receiving from the other side, it could also be in the material world where maybe you're going through a situation and you need some assistance. Maybe you need help from somebody, whether it's just their opinion or literal help. Maybe someone needs your assistance too. That could be a big thing with this card. Another thing I always say about this aside, let's put all the helping stuff aside, it can connect to sleep and rest and relaxation. So if you've been a little wound tight lately, maybe spirit just wants you to get a little R&R. Rest, relax, take a little weight off your shoulders, especially if you've been having weird dreams or a hard time sleeping. All right, we're just going to leave it at that. We'll let her chill over there. We're not going to disturb her nap. Let's get into tarot. And yeah, I always say that first card, it doesn't make or break the reading. It's just a little footnote. So let's get you 3 tarot cards in the upright. Then we'll get into that intuitive juiciness. Let's shuffle it up one time here for my beautiful Aquarius friends. And while we get this deck shuffled up and ready to go, let's talk about last week's reading. So it was titled The Big Problem. Very simple title for such a reading. It did feel very nuanced, so I hope nothing really popped up. So whether it's something you've been dealing with for a while or something new, to me it felt like, like why do I have to deal with this? It's like one of those things. So hopefully that wasn't your message last week, but just keep your head on a swivel. Sometimes that could bleed over for a couple weeks, but we're going to see what shows up this week. As you know, energy is very fluid, never set in stone. So only take this how it hits for you, because we could be seeing your vibe or somebody else. All right, let's get it going. 3 cards here for Aquarius. Late November. What do we got? Thank you. All right, cool. Page of Wands. I like that. That's an energy that works pretty well with Aquarius energy. I love to start with an action card. It's different than what I was seeing for the other air signs, that's for sure. Let's get a couple more. What we got for Aquarius? Queen of Swords, lots of people. Okay, that's one of your power cards. And we will talk about it. Let's get one. It's like she has her back turned to someone, right? Let's get one more. You ignoring someone, Aquarius? Someone you're not chatting with? Okay, very intense energy across the board. So we do have the Chariot right here on the back end. And it all matters, like whether this energy is coming or going. That's what I think. But we're just going to have to see. Let's go through. I'll give you some of the classical meanings and archetypes. Then we'll get into that juicy, intuitive stuff. But yeah, first look, first glance, you know, I always like to look at the elements. We have a nice mixture this week. Most of it works well with you, right? So right here, we're starting off with fire. That's the realm of action. So the actions that we take, the actions that others take. This is passion, drive, desire, our internal combustion engine, our willpower. So I love the fire element. And you being an air sign, even though you're the water bearer for the new people, Aquarius is an air sign. This works very well with you. It's complementary. Um, the only downside to fire is that it could be a little unpredictable, right? Like sometimes it'll take a quick left on you. So watch out for stuff like that. It can be explosive, especially since we have the fire air combo right here on the front. And we'll keep an eye on it. Now, moving to the middle with the air, that's your power element, especially with one of your power cards, the Queen of Swords. That's the realm of logic, strategy, planning. It's a really practical type of mindset, extremely intelligent, very sharp. Could also be communication. Same with the court card. So we have a lot of chit chat, we got a lot of yapping, we got a lot of people, got a lot of talking going on here. Now, the downside, or the good thing about the swords, is the open, honest communication. The downside to the swords, to me, it could be a little detached. It could be a little cold sometimes. It could be a little mean. So just watch that with all this powerful energy. And even moving back here, we have water with the chariot. You might not think the chariot's water, but it is. That's the Cancerian card. Even though it's a super powerful, fast moving card, water represents the emotions, the internals, creation, artistry, uh, connections with people that we care deeply for. The only thing with the water element, it can be very up and down. So you see the little theme that we're picking up here, up and down, a little volatile, a little unpredictable, and they're all very powerful. They're all moving at their own pace. So let's go through and start building this out piece by piece. Position number one, we start with the Page of Wands. I like pages. They represent new, they're fresh, they're youthful. They can represent younger individuals or children even. Um, but when I see pages, I think of fresh things. Now is a great time for learning new things, new skills, new opportunities. Pages are similar to aces, where they can represent offers and opportunities as well. And it's great for absorbing information. That's one thing I really like about it. But this Page of Wands has got a fire under his butt, right? He's zipping and zooming, putting a lot of energy out. There's a lot of energy being expended when we have him here. So the good thing, he's taken action. Big talker, big talker. So he's yapping away. So there could be something here about communication for sure when we have the Page of Wands. But the downside to this card is that sometimes it can overdo it. Sometimes it could tire itself out. Sometimes it could put too much energy into one thing and not have enough energy for the next. So there could be something that Spirit wants you to pace yourself with when we have this Page of Wands. So we'll look at him. Again, he's very youthful, but standing next to this very stern Queen of Swords, the page could also be a little shy, a little bashful. So like we have a lot of things to take a little peep at. Now here in the center, one of your power cards, the beautiful, lovely Queen of Swords. Remember, it's not gender specific. It could just be an energy you're embodying. So in my simplistic style, when she shows up in an Aquarius reading, Fire could just tell us something that's coming towards you or an energy you might be stepping into. Nice and simple. But with her, she has no games, no nonsense. Very straightforward, cut and dry, calls it how she sees it. There are no games being played with the Queen of Swords, right? If you want an opinion, you better be ready for the truth when she shows up in a spread. The downside to her, I mean, because that's a lot of positive, at least in my book. I mean, I don't have thin skin, so I like the Queen of Swords energy, but she can be mean, right? She could be very cold. She could be very detached, very sharp tongue, like quick to just cut things real quick. So when I see her with her back turned to this page, it's like either I'm ignoring this or it's just not on my radar. So watch the communication stuff, that's for sure. I'm already picking that up. Now, the Queen of Swords can be great. I already mentioned it. But at the same time, she could also be pretty harsh and not willing to put up with a damn thing. So hopefully your patience isn't at a low. Now moving to the back end, we do have the Chariot. Boom! This is going off like a rocket. Okay? Cancer collective, so you might be connected to a Cancer or two or three. But the Chariot can represent distance. It can represent travel. It's either coming or going. It's either going away quick or it's coming back quick. Like it's always zipping and zooming and moving around. It can represent your mode of transportation as well. So I don't know why that would come up, but the Chariot does. Now, I like it for its determination. I like it for its action and the movement and the things that it does. So it's like, I have an idea, I plan it out, I execute. So I like that flow when we have the Chariot. But at the same time, the dark side of the Chariot is sometimes it could be a little too spontaneous. Sometimes it could be a little too headstrong. It could also be aggressive. It could also be very confrontational. Because I always tell people, remember, chariots were initially made as instruments of war, right? So we do want to look at it. The energy does intensify as we move along. When we go from page to the queen to the chariot, it's like intense, and even more intense as we get to the back end. But I'm not. necessarily feeling like there's definitely warnings here. For some of you, this could actually be a very good thing. So I want to dive deeper on all of it, Aquarius. Let's do it. Let's jump in and clarify. All right, let's get a good shuffle here. What do we got for Aquarius, please? What do we got? And yes, this is where I go intuitive with the message, which means I just tell you how it feels to me. So feel free to do further research or rely on your base knowledge of tarot, because as you know, every single reading is about the reader's interpretation, and I'm just giving you mine. Let's go in on this page. Are we seeing some sort of talk or conversation? Oh, and yes, if you're a reader yourself, please feel free to play along. That's why the box is here. If you're feeling any messages you want to give to Aquarius, drop it in the comments. I don't mind at all. Okay, why is the Page of Wands in the mix? Why is the page here? Quick. Been waiting on this. All right. All right. So either this is like a huge opportunity or offer, and it could be something you've been waiting on for a while. That's like how it's presenting itself to me. So we do have the Three of Wands, and it's like, oh, there's something I want to say. Like, you know, when you have a surprise for somebody and it's like killing you, like you want to tell them so bad what you got them. And it's like, oh, I'm so anxious. I want to tell them. I want to say something. I want to me, there's like this anticipation here. So I think it's good for most of you. There is this focus around communication that I want to look at, especially as we get to the Queen. But when I get the Three of Wands, which is a card of manifesting and something that's almost here, it shows as a few different ways. Either one, it's an offer or opportunity, or something you have been waiting for, where it's like, oh, I've been waiting for this minute. I've been waiting for this moment. So take advantage of it when the time comes, my friends, because I think you will get a chance to. But then there is also this energy where it's like, oh, there's something I want to tell this person. I have to say it. So it's giving me that kind of vibe too. So there is some, I don't want to call it surprising yet. Like, I still want to look and see like what this queen has and how the rest of it goes. But it's like someone dying to say something or get something off their chest. Maybe it is a surprising talk. Let's just keep moving. We're not going to waste too much time there. So there's this anticipation. I like it for the offer. I like it for the opportunity that you may have been waiting on. So seize the day, my friends. Let's see what the Queen of Swords has, though. And we really want to get into the Chariot, too, because that's the big action. So why is the Queen of Swords here? Okay. And then it picks up. It just picks up. So we have Judgment, this Queen of Wands, where it's like, okay, well, I'm not going to mess this up. It's like, now's my chance. I'm going to take it. This is like powerful or explosive action coming in. Now, there is this energy just around communication, and I don't think it's bad, honestly. It's just intense. That's the vibe. So, yeah, could it be an explosive talk? Sure. Could it be one that intensifies quickly? Absolutely. Could it be one that kind of starts out of nowhere? Yeah, but at the same time, it's like when you have the opportunity, when the opportunity presents itself to you, take it. Like, that's just coming through real strong. And I think this person does, whoever they are. Remember, she's stern, serious, no BS, straight to the point. When I see Judgment, the messenger of God, right? Gabriel is on here. There's, I'm just taking my opportunity. I'm taking the chance. So I like it. Tons of talk, tons of communication coming in. And I'm telling you, like, if you get a chance to do something you've been wanting to do or say something that you've wanted to say, there's this energy that just pounces on the opportunity or the offer to do it. Let's keep going. Unless it's advice from spirit, I think it's good for a lot of you. Unless it is a combo that gets out of hand. We'll see. Let's see what's up with the chariot. We'll see what the chariot has. Then we'll do a quick little recap before we get into the shadow. So, I mean, my opinions are different, right? Because I have Aries placements. I like energy like this. Some people, not so much. And it just intensifies like non-stop. It's like one level, we're going up a level, and we're going up 10 levels. So this could be either a warning or a very, very good thing. So we have the tower clarifying this chariot. So, like, none of these energies seem to be backing down. That's the one thing I can tell you. It just, we go one step further, another step further, another step further. So let's break it up like this. If there is a communication or conversation that starts to happen and it's getting intense in a nasty way, it might be better to withdraw your energy for the time being, because it only seems like it's going to intensify more and more and more. If you get the opportunity for a talk or something or a situation that you've wanted to jump on, it does seem to get more intense, more intense, more intense, and can be way more than you anticipated. But this energy's been around you for a couple weeks. Remember, the tower represents shock. And when we go from the fastest moving card and have this clarifying a big Scorpio vibes, right? So we have the Cancer, we got the Scorpios. Um, it's just not holding back whatsoever. And to me, it just we go up one from zero to this level to this level to that level. It's just big increases. And for a lot of you, that could be really fantastic. But for a lot of you, this could be something that could spin out of hand. So I don't want to call it a warning. I don't want to call it a win. But the energy is pretty wild. Like it's a little shocking and explosive. That's the best way I could put it. And I think you're picking up what I'm putting down. I think I'm explaining it the right way. But let's go through and do a quick recap. The ever intensifying energy of your reading this week is unique, that's for sure. I haven't seen it in any of the other signs to this extent. But if you kindly look in the box, before we get to the shadow, position number one, we start here with the Page of Wands and the Three of Wands. So something you may have been waiting on or wanting for a while could come through. So whether that's an offer or an opportunity or a chance to speak your piece or say something, it's like, oh, I've been waiting for this minute. Oh, I can't wait to say it. It's like giving me that kind of vibe, like holding back a surprise. Moving to the middle, we have the Queen of Swords with Judgment. It goes up another level from there. So someone taking action, making moves, very explosive in its presentation. It's not messing around. So whatever it is you're dealing with, or whatever it is that pops up, it feels like it's going to intensify. So if it's a good thing, ride that train. If it's not so good of a thing, if it's a wild thing, maybe give it a little space because this does seem like it could spin out of hand. Moving to the back end, we have the Chariot with the Tower, very shocking. So it's like there's no sign of decline in sight. It's always we're going from this level up to the next level, up to the next. Like it's ever increasing levels. So it depends on your awareness if that's good or bad. But let's take a screenshot if you want to look into it further. Let's see what's in the shadows. And yes, I always like to pull one shadow card at the very end just to see whether it's something within you or something you don't quite see. Shadow cards don't always have to be a challenge, they could be a good thing too. So let's get you one. And yeah, if you made it to this point in the reading, please feel free to check out channel memberships. I'll put a link for it in the comments below. It's a beautiful way to support the channel, and I have much love for all my channel members. Okay, let's get this shadow card out. Is it going to be the Tower? Maybe it's something calm. Hopefully it's something calm. It is not something calm. So we get the Chariot again, Aquarius. So like you see my point. It's been like this ever increasing build up from the beginning. Now, good thing we had the helping hands very early on with the spiritual protection. I think you're good. I don't think you need to be all nervous throughout the week. But there is just this super mega intense energy that either you're carrying or it's attached to a situation or a communication coming in. Because remember what the rough thing about the Chariot is, the shadow side. This is good for trips, it's good for distance, it's good for making moves. The rough thing about this, it could be very confrontational and headstrong. So watch out for people like that in this time. If like you're going to run up against somebody that's just very set in their ways and they are who they are, this Chariot is like boom, we're like two rams button heads here when I see it. That's just how it feels to me. So super intense, very intense to say the least this week, Aquarius. I don't know why I almost said Saggy. But yeah, that's what I have for you, my friends. Don't click away just yet. I'm going to give you the details. The November subscriber surprise. If you would like further insight on your situation and you'd like to have a little chat with me, you can book a personal reading with me on my website, mastermetaphysics.com. You'll see my digital calendar is open for the month of November. They're filling up pretty quick, so if you'd like to have a chat, come over and see me. But for the November subscriber surprise, I'm giving away 3 copies of a lovely deck. It's fairly new. It's called Tarot of the Woodland Wardens. It has a whole bunch of fluffy critters. It's really adorable. I think everyone would like it. So if you like to get your name in for this, it's 2 simple things as always, my friends. First, you must be subscribed. And second, let me know down in the comments, since it is November, what are you most grateful for right now? You'll be entered to win, and at the end of the month, the winners will be announced in my community tab. As always, my friends, much love, and I'll see you soon.